Let me recognize my colleague, Presidential Advisor on Science and Technology and Sustainable Development, uh, representatives of the other partners in the Guyana Shield facility, members of the Diplomatic Corps, heads of the US, the EU, Brazil, and other missions, my good friend from the UNDP, others present here. This morning, I think we're all part of a very significant and landmark launching. All of us are aware of the importance of the Guyana Shield. We're also aware of the need for regional cooperation among states, not only at the governmental level, but also NGOs and other institutions, if we're going to successfully conserve and manage well our biodiversity, but at the same time promote sustainable development as is the overarching objective. But we've also recognized that the abilities of individual states within this region and elsewhere is quite limited, and we require sustained support, but sustained support in a format that brings some sort of balance in the relationship. And I'm very much thankful for the observation and the comment from my friend from Suriname, pointing to the Guyana example where we've moved away from the traditional arrangement of waiting for handouts or aid in this regard, and where Guyana has taken that bold and unique step in developing an arrangement with another partner, and so that our eco-services can be compensated for as we promote and as we develop our national economy along a low-carbon path. In Guyana, if you look at the map and how the Guyana Shield has been defined, you will see that we are the heart of the region's ecological system as we bridge both the east and the western sections of the Guyana Shield. Also, this project, and that is why we've been very wholehearted and very supportive of its early implementation, aligns closely with our low-carbon development strategy and our position in shaping an international REDD+ mechanism. The fact that it provides a sound approach, and which we believe in over time, will win much more support in payments for eco-services, since it simply states a case that developed countries are not only providing, or should not only be providing aid in this regard, but also look at arrangements where payments can be made by the global community to countries and to region where we have good practices in maintaining and managing our ecosystems. As I pointed out, the Guyana Shield facility will complement the implementation of the LCDS, but also will contribute to both regional and international efforts. And I want to state that at our national level, we have over many years been promoting the sustainable use and management of our resources. But also we've given a lot of focus and emphasis on the role of our indigenous people, who we consider the primary stewards of our forests and many aspects of our natural resources. And if you look at our development program and the type of interventions that we've been making using our own national resources, but what we intend to do in terms of some of the eco-services payment will show how important we place, the importance that we place in the development of our indigenous population. Just recently, we were able to launch with several partners in the Rupununi a community-based MRV project. And this project is to involve and to integrate local communities in terms of getting much more in the national program that we have for monitoring, reporting, and verification in terms of our eco-services. At a regional level, as was recognized earlier, Guyana is working very aggressively with the Amazon Treaty Cooperation Organization member states on implementing the Amazon Cooperation Strategic Agenda, but particularly looking in terms of developing common positions in terms of forest management and also on the REDD+ mechanism. UNDP has been a very reliable partner. We've had a long history of cooperation in the field of environmental and natural resources management. And I think the UNDP recognizes the importance of this type of arrangement. Certainly that is why we're here today and able to advance this process. But as was pointed out, our recent experience at the international community level sometimes has not been too encouraging. But certainly having this type of arrangement here will prove the wisdom and certainly will serve the type of approaches that we hope to develop resulting from this type of facility. All of us recognize that this model is forward-looking and certainly will improve and even advance the programs and the initiatives that we've had in terms of developing sustained models whereby we can have compensation for eco-services. We look forward to the UNDP and other partners having sustained support not only for this facility but also at the battles that we're fighting internationally, that is to have a viable and certainly long-term RED Plus financing mechanism if this facility and other such initiatives are to be sustained. For us in Guyana, the launching of this facility and for our government is very propitious. It comes at a time when our president has realigned the management of the natural resources and the environment sector, whereby we have a new ministry, the Ministry of Natural Resources and the Environment. And certainly having this ministry and the new approach that our president would have defined certainly would allow us to strengthen our systems and strengthen our capabilities in terms of managing our natural resources and the environment, moving from a somewhat fragmented arrangement where different agencies and different entities report to different ministries and departments, where we've all now come together. And it's unique bringing natural resources and the environment together. In many parts and jurisdictions, you have them separate too. Our president has outlined an approach whereby we can bring the two and show that we can achieve that balance, that is the utilization and management of natural resources, and at the same time have sound environmental practices in this regard. There are many new initiatives that we have embarked on in Guyana. Many of you are aware of that, as reflected in the LCDS. Also what we're doing in terms of fulfilling our commitments, not only with the government of Norway, and as you've rightly pointed out, in April we're due to have another tranche payment being made to the fund, the GRIP fund, but also at the community level. And if you look at our national policies, the initiatives that we have taken in this regard. And we look forward to this facility itself supporting those initiatives that we've embarked upon. Without this type of arrangement and this level of cooperation, I don't think any particular state will be successful in dealing with the challenges. Take, for instance, of illegal mining, illegal forestry activities, and whereby we have practices that are not in sync with sustainable development. Because if we don't have the type of collaboration, persons perhaps, take for instance the issues that we've had several years ago with the illegal miners, what we refer to the garamperos. People can move from different jurisdictions if we don't have that level of collaboration and cooperation, and also even in terms of how do we not only extract and who extract the natural resources, but how do we manage in terms of, take for instance the issue of declaration and other challenges that we face. So certainly whilst this facility has certain specific objectives, it will certainly allow us to deal with those long-standing challenges that we face in terms of the management of the natural resources sector at the country level. And for that and the other reasons and the comments that we've heard from other participants, I'm quite sure you can be assured of our government, the government of Guyana, and the people of Guyana's support for the successful implementation of the Guyana Shield facility. Thank you very much.